Hi everyone, Emma here. I have this wonderful bracelet. I want to show you what I'm doing. So I am following a video by, I believe the name is Top Bead Creator. And yeah, I'm subscribed to this channel, and they come up with some amazing bracelets. I think it's a woman that does it. Let's just take a look. I'll show you the page and the video, and I'll link the video in the description. So here is the Top Bead Creator, and that's the bracelet. It's called 3-row combination bracelet do-it-yourself jewelry making tutorial, and that is it. And wait till you see, well, I've showed you sneak peek already of what I'm doing. And so I decided, let me get that in focus. I decided to use these 4mm pearls to review of the haul that I got of the 4mm pearls. So this was the gold ones, and I was itching to make something with the gold ones. As soon as I saw them, I knew they were amazing. And I just wanted to point out too is I've put them in a nice clean bag and added them all together. You can really see the difference, the quality of them. I find when they put stickers on the bags and all kinds of, like, there's pieces, I mean, these pearls, all pearls get like peeling at the edges because they put a little more finish on it and it peels off, so you get those little specks in the bag, and it's static, so it sticks to the bag. To me, that looks dirty and poor quality, so I go ahead and I put it either in a container or in a new bag, and then I have fresh, beautiful pearls to work with, and I get inspired to do these awesome bracelets. So here's the other thing I wanted to highlight in this video is these awesome bead tubes that you get from Art Beads. So they have a bunch of like a design mixture of different size beads. So these ones are 11/0s, and it's so funny, I don't know if you can see that, it says shaken not stirred. And this one is called Patagonia, so it has a lot of turquoise and then some earth tones. So beautiful. I'll take out the others and show you. So I got these on sale when they had a sale quite a long time ago, like maybe 3 or 4 months ago. I'm not sure how much they charge right now. Let me check. Okay, so they call them, if you go to Art Beads and you click on beads and then click on seed beads, there's the first category is called Art Bead Designer Blends. So they are actually on sale right now for $4, and they are, doesn't say, let me bring one up to show you how much is in one of these tubes. This looks like a 20-gram tube, but let's be sure. I'm going to find a really cool one to show you. Okay, so here's one that's Southwest Flare, and it's like a matte blend, and I think I have it actually. What's this? Yeah, Southwest Flare. This one is a 15/0, so you have to pay attention too, because some of them, depending I guess on what they were using them for, and you might find them in some of their videos. I think her name's Cindy. She's very popular on YouTube, mostly Facebook, I guess. Really, really nice person. She has a bunch of stuff. She does a video with her using these. But so these ones are on for $3.99, and let's open this one up, and it'll say how many is in that. It's a 17-gram. So, and these are Tohos. So these are really good. Now, these are 15s, so this is more for embellishment than anything. So these ones are 11s. So they look really good with this, but they are a little bit big. You could probably go to 15s on this bracelet design. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know I'm excited about it because I'll show you. Don't look, Ethel! I bought 2 of all the colors I liked that were on sale. And again, like I said, this was about 3 or 4 months ago. I haven't had a chance to use them. I pull them out probably on every project. I pull them out and go, I'm going to use these. And then it's like, no, it's not going to work with that project. And it's not that they're not great for working with. It's just I'm very particular about color blends and stuff. So it's like, unless I'm going to use that specific color blend, I don't want to just put it on there for the sake of using it. So okay, that's the same one. I was going to say, here's another one that's really beautiful. It's the same one I'm using. Oh my gosh. I need help. Can you guys help me? Hello, my name is Emma. I need help. I'm a beader. It's not my fault. So let's talk about this bracelet. So now you know where to find some of the beads and where to find the actual tutorial. So again, I'll list it for you. I changed it up a bit. So this design asks for 4mm pearls, 4mm bicones. Actually, I better check that. It might be 3mm bicones. No, 4mm bicones. Oh my gosh. I'm looking at the description. It actually says 3mm pearls, and I used 4. So they are, when I do these loops, they are slightly bigger than the cone. Well, they shouldn't be if they're 4s. But they do, look, like if you flip this over, it is a bit bigger. So then when you're doing this, it's kind of, you can't tell once it's all together. But you probably should use 3mm pearls. So I don't have 3mm pearls. I kind of get a little irritated with the 3mm versus 4mm because some designs, I keep wanting to say some recipes, ask for both of them, and then some patterns or tutorials will ask for one or the other. Now, I'm trying to work with what I'm buying and not spending too much. It's bad enough I end up buying multiple colors, multiple size. When I start getting into very minute changes in a 3mm to a 4mm, I know that some designs really require it, but if you can get away with doing a 4 and maybe sticking with 4s when you buy stuff, that's where I would go. So moving right along, then I have these here. They ask for 11OC beads, and that's what these are. And I've used the different colors. So this is the gold 4mm pearl, and this is the, I think it's a blue opal bicone, and this is a Chinese crystal. See, I think normally I start out with a bracelet as a test to see if I like it, if it's easy to make, that kind of stuff. And then I go in with the more expensive components. So I would definitely make this with some, I mean, these pearls are perfect. I probably wouldn't change those pearls, but I might use some Swarovski bicones. So there's that. Then you need a clasp. I just used a lobster claw. I think this is a 14mm, and I'm gonna use this closed jump ring as the for the closure. So the other thing that this design asks you to do is to put a pearl inside your bicones like this. So I did it for the first one. So you do this as you're doing it. You can go in after and add them, but so I did it and I did not like it at all. I don't like how high it sits on there. I don't like that it covers the bicones and takes away from the beautiful bicone colors. Then I realized just now when I was checking the description, this should be a 3mm pearl, and it would probably fit in the bicones better, but let's take a look. So the only ones I have that are 3mm are ones that I got from Scarab Beads. These are Czech pearls, and so let me try these. So this is what it would look like if you had the correct color to match. It looks a little better. I still feel like it looks, as it is now, it's really blingy and a lot going on, your eye is taken all over the place. I feel like it's just bordering on too busy. So I think definitely the extra pearl is too much. But that's preference. So if you have something to put in there, that's great. The other thing I find is these beads, bringing them in, like holding this pearl in there, takes away as well because they're so colorful. So I did take a look at some Swarovskis that I have that are 3mm, and I would go with the alternate. So if this is a bicone, I wouldn't put a bicone with a bicone, although that does look really pretty. But then you're going to get, this won't go just like that. You're going to have these colorful 11OC beads that are going to take away from this color. So you might want to use one particular color, maybe some 15OC beads, a silver color maybe, to add that in. Or you could put this in here, but again, it gets lost. Then the other one that I tried was a ruby red, and you know what? Look at that. That looks beautiful, but you're starting to look at a different colorway now. If I had something this color, it might, you know, kind of tie everything in, or you could put it here. So those are options. Right now I'm just going to leave it, and I didn't take this one out because I only noticed when I got to this row, and I was like, oh, I'll just leave it and figure it out later. I should have taken it out right away. I could still go in and make sure that this part is, because I'm working on this end now, this part's longer, and then come in here, cut this, and pull all this first row out and tie it off. So that is an option, and that way it gets rid of it. But you know what? I might leave this as I've mentioned it before in Buddhism. They talk about imperfections and how it reminds us that we are imperfect. So I might leave that single bead there to remind me that, you know, we're not perfect and we need to, you know, be kind to ourselves and others. So there, I said it. You heard it here first. Not. So let's put these. So these are beautiful Swarovskis that I got from Jill Wiseman's garage sale. Oh my gosh, this was in a grab bag for $10. And you know what was funny? I didn't pay attention and see this one. There was so much to see. So I saw this one, and there's no label on it, and these are incredible blue AB. They, like, when you look at them in my little bin with all my Swarovskis, they light up even before they hit the light. They're just incredible how sparkly they are. So anyway, I thought, oh, maybe they're just basic bicones, like Chinese bicones or something. And then when I saw this label, I'm like, oh my god, where are these guys? I start pulling them all out. So I actually have a bunch of these things that she gave me. So that was so nice to get in that kit. So let's moving right along. I do have some regular Chinese crystals, and they look pretty nice in there too. So you got options. So let's get started here. So I'm just gonna basically finish off this row and then go to the next row, do it, and we'll do the clasp and show you how delicious this is to make. So I just want to show you one of these. So all of these beads have been just awesome so far, these pearls. So I would say this was a definite deal. But I just wanted to show you, this is the only one that has the finish peeled off the end. And when I get my Michael's pearls, it's so many of them have this coming off, and they're so misformed and not good at all, and they're expensive. So yeah, sometimes these pearls are worth it. Let's put some seed beads out. So with this design, you put everything in together. So like some designs you will do one pass of a certain, say your bicones and your pearls, and then go back over it to add stuff. But because these are connecting them all, you have to put them in right away. So we are, just show you from where I'm at and we'll get going. If you want to know how to do it from the start, you just basically start with one of these guys and then you add one to the next spot. So as if this was not there at all. So you just add a second one and then a third one, and then you go up to that one and start adding, and that's what I have here. So for this one, you're going to add just one pearl, because you already have a seed bead here. Let me make sure you can see that. So you already have a seed bead here and you have a seed bead there. Because normally you would add a pearl, a seed bead, a pearl, a seed bead, like that. But because you already have these, oh, actually, you know what? We're not going this way. I'm going to follow my thread, which is coming out this way. So we are going to have to add some seed beads, but we start with a blank bead here and then add a seed bead. So we need 3 here till we come to this seed bead, and we're going to attach it there. So there's 2. We're going to add a seed bead. And oh, sorry, you know what? We need bicones. We're alternating, and you have to be careful. I've done that before where I've alternated the wrong things. So bicone, seed bead, just one. Then a bicone, a seed bead, and a bicone. So this is what you need for this first step. You're going to come through this seed bead, pull it all the way through, like that. That's what it's going to look like. And then we're going to add a bicone and go through this seed bead. Now I've added 10-pound fire line. I just added this. And this has been a couple of days since I started this, so I didn't remember which size line I used. I would recommend the 10-pound because you see how nice and stiff this is getting. The others are super flippy floppy, and I was using 4-pound. But I'll tell you, you might have some problems going through your beads, so I'll tell you how it goes with this right now. So now we're going to go through that bicone. I turned it around, so this is what it looked like. We added this bicone. So we're coming out of this one here. I am going to flip it. We're going to go through this bicone and through the seed bead, like that. Make sure you can see that. Bring your thread through, and this happens a lot because these little peaks are everywhere. So just be aware. It might be a bit frustrating, but you'll get it. Okay. Now we're going to create our little peak. So we already have 1, so instead of 4 beads, we're going to add 3. Like that. And we're going to come on the other side. We're coming out of this side. We're going into this side. And pull that through, unhook that, and there is your loop. So now we're going to come down this bicone and go through the next seed bead, and we're going to create a peak there as well. Let's see if I can do this. So I keep moving my hand down. I apologize there. That might make it easier on you guys. You're like, I can't see, Emma. I know, I can hear ya. You know, don't you know? So the rush is on. You're probably like, what are you talking about, Emma? The gym is so busy. So, you know, when we had memberships before, there was always tons of people in the gym. Okay, I'm just going to show you this. So we're coming out of this. Now I'm too high. coming out of this seed bead, we're going to go through this one and through this one, because now we're going to set up for the final one on this row, and it's going to be pearls. So go through this one, and you could probably grab both of them at the same time. Save you some pulling on the thread. Okay, so I'm just going to make that nice and tight. Okay, so now I'm ready to do my set of pearls. So we need a pearl, a seed bead. I keep wanting to pick up the bicones. A pearl, a seed bead, and a pearl. So I'm only picking up 3 because I'm going to come through this bead. So that's what it looks like. Let me move this over so you can kind of use the mat as a background. So there. Okay, so we're coming out of here, and we're going to go into this seed bead. It does look a bit kind of confusing, especially if you're starting from this point. Trust me, it's super easy, and you see how many I have to do, so it gets very easy once you've got your little pattern going. So I'm going to pick up 1 pearl, like that, and I'm going to go through this seed bead, if I can ever get through. It's kind of sitting on an angle here. Oh, it's not that, it's just my hands are a bit shaky there. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this again like that, and then pull that through. And this is what I mean, like with the thicker thread, but it's still getting through those beads, so it should be fine. So there. So now we are going to complete the peaks on this side, and then we're going to do the next row. So let's make sure everything's tight. So yeah, we went to book a swim. We have to book everything online at the gym and the pool because of COVID, of course. So you can only book 7 days in advance. So we get up in the morning and we book for the following week into that 7-day stretch. So yesterday morning we got up to book our swim, and 9 a.m. both sitting in our own offices with our own computers, because you have to do it separately on your own account. So I'm like, oh my god, this doesn't look like it's lit very well. So 9 a.m. and you can only start booking at 9 a.m. It's like booking concert tickets, and they were all full. Everything was full. I'm like, oh, that's a problem with their website. That can't be. That's ridiculous. So we went to the gym today. We had it already booked, and when I got to the desk, I asked them, I said, what was the deal yesterday? We tried to book a swim. It was nuts. They said that they had people lined up at the gym who had either been for a workout and wanted to sign up for a class or a gym workout and whatnot. So I'm in these. So now, because I need to get up here, because I'm going to add this row here, so I'm going to come up and around these and up through here. So I'm just going to follow the path of least resistance. So yeah, they said they had a lineup of people trying to book, and they had a problem. They couldn't book them in either. So it was incredible. So I was saying to my wife, I think the issue is when we used to have memberships before, we would have, so I'm following the bead path. So you can see I've gone from this seed bead to this pearl to this seed bead. Going up and around this way would not be the correct bead path. The path is always in a circle. So, and I'm going from left to right. So, I mean, you could go the other way. You will see a bit of your thread here, but I prefer to just follow the bead path, and I turn it around to make it easier for me to go through them. So yeah, I think what it is, everybody's gung-ho about getting exercise, especially with, you know, during COVID times and the gyms being closed and stuff. So everybody's itching to get in there. So for this one, this first one on your next row is the only one that's ever going to be the correct amount of pearls or bicones. So we're going to do bicones now. So we're doing a bicone, a seed bead, a bicone, seed bead, bicone, seed bead. No, I don't think. Yeah, I need 4. And then 1 more bicone. So this is what I need for this one. So I don't need any bicones on the end, on either end, because there is my 4th seed bead. We're coming out this side, we're going to go in this side. So hopefully, what usually happens, people make New Year's resolutions to get in shape and stuff. Hopefully within a couple of weeks, we've seen it in the past, within a couple of weeks, it dies down. People start hunkering down on their couch rather than go to the gym. So we might be able to book some swims in there. Right now, the swim is the one that's really, you're noticing it because there's only 8 lanes in the pool. And with the social distancing, you can only have 8 people in the pool. So that means like 1 person per lane. So they had it for a while, 2 people per lane. And that was great. My wife and I just shared a lane. And what happens too is people book. And because they're booking a week in advance, things change. You have doctor's appointments, work, whatever. So they forget to cancel, and we end up with spare lanes open. So who knows what'll happen. In the meantime, you know, if we're just dealing with it and say, you know what, there's lots of space in the gym to work out. Let's just work out in the gym for 2 weeks, and then when it settles down, we'll be back in the pool. And just do it that way and not stress about it. So that's what we're doing. So we had a good workout today in the gym. We ran into a lady that has been a member there as long as we have, so like 18 years. So she happened to go, I was finishing my workout, and I finish with a stretch, abs, and a bit of meditation on the mat. And there's only a few mats, so she got one of the mats next to me, and then when she was done, I was talking to her. And of course, it's hard to recognize people because of the mask, because you have to wear a mask. So I said, she was like just being polite and stuff. And I said, so how are you doing? Like I knew her, right? And she's like, do I know you? I'm like, well, I recognize you from, you know, in the gym and stuff, right? From before. She's like, oh, that's right. You've been here for like 10 years. I said, yeah, 18. She's like, oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, I know who you are. And then as we were leaving, I said, there's my wife, right? And she goes, oh my gosh, I know her too. That's who I recognized. Yeah, that was so funny. But it's neat seeing people. Okay, so for this one here, I'm coming out of this seed bead. I need to get into this one to start working on the others. So I continuously forget to do that. So I'm going through these two. And I just, oh man, I'm sorry. I was off screen. That sucks when that happens. I get so excited. Okay, so working on pearls now. So I'm going to pick up a pearl, a seed bead, a pearl, a seed bead, and a pearl. Like that. Oh, I don't need that extra seed bead. Okay, and we're going to come in here because we're going to attach it in both areas. So that's what it's going to look like when you pull it tight, like that. Like that. And we need a pearl here to attach that seed bead to that one. Like that. Just like that. Super duper beautiful. So now we're going to create our peaks here. I don't know if that's what they call them. That's what I'm calling them. Our frills. We have a grocery store called No Frills. There's many frills here. Oh, so what I was saying about that lady recognizing my wife and I told her, I said, most people only recognize us as a pair, a matching set. People will say, if you come to the gym and stuff like that, oh, where's the other one? Where's your wife? Because we're always together. But so I said to her, I said, yeah, you may not recognize me. I've lost 80 pounds. She was like, oh my gosh, that's incredible. Okay, so do my peak here. So you can see, once you get the swing of things, even with all my jibber jabber, I'm still going pretty fast. So I'm going through these two on the peak. I'm just going to hang on to them so they don't get loose and untangle that. Like that. Okay, now we are going to create our last one here. I'll measure it. We might do another row. See, sometimes I start doing it for myself. And then, okay, so we need bicones. And then I'm like, oh, I want to give it away. So let me make it for somebody else. So then I have to add on. And right now I'm at the add-on stage. So at this point it's about 7 inches. And I'm trying to think who I can give it to. So I'm adding bicones and seed beads. Oh, I probably don't need that. Oh yeah, I do. No, don't. So I'm 3 bicones and 2 seed beads, and we're going to go through this one. So again, I'm coming out of this one, so I'm following this kind of loopy circle situation going on. Like that. I should make this for Brittany from Turquoise Street. Everybody is feeling the COVID isolation, blues, irritation, all that lovely stuff. It's really starting to grate on people. So this might cheer her up. And I think you guys should go take a look at her site. She had a lot going on this year with new house. And I mean, she's doing her channel while she's working full time. Building a house, like, it's crazy. So yeah, she's feeling a bit stressed and overwhelmed, so she wasn't doing all the tutorials she usually does. And I guess some people are, I don't think they mean it to be mean, but they make statements like they're going to a grocery store and ordering a side of beef. Yeah, I'll have some tutorials, please, and some more, less unboxings and more, it's like, you know I don't work for you, right? That's my first thought when people start. All you have to do is say politely, could you? Or, it would be so nice. Or you wouldn't even have to put so. It would be nice if you could do some of this. I always ask, give me your opinion and what you want to see. But don't go and say, yeah, I would prefer if you did this, or you need to do more of these. I've had so many people say stuff like that. I'm like, are you serious? Now I give them the benefit of the doubt. My wife's like, mute them. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to measure this. I think I might go for the 7.5. So whoever out there is 7.5. Yeah, so I think it's a good idea. I'm at the 34-minute mark. That would give me some time to show you another row of this so that it's not confusing, because I betcha I've been going yammering for too long. So I'm coming out here, so I'm going to go through my I'm going to go through my bicone and around, and then from here start the next row. So let's just make sure that's where I'm at here. So I'll just follow the path. So far I actually like using the 10-pound fire line. It seems to be working well, and it's really given it nice firmness. It's still kind of wobbly, but it's super wobbly down here. Okay, so now we need pearls. So these pearls, they're really well done. The finish is all the way through, so it's sometimes hard to pick them up. I'm just gonna grab these guys. And one more pearl. Yeah, see, something like that. Okay, so I have, so this is, like I said, the first one on the next row always has 4 of the bead, so either the bicone or the pearl, and only 3 of your 11 O's because you have your 4th one here. So let's see, or here. So we're coming out this end, so we're going to go in the opposite end, like that. Pull that through, and there's your lovely set. So now I'm going to turn it so I can work from this side here, and I pull it tight and then I hold on to it so it doesn't move around. We're going to go through the pearl and through the 11O. If it gets loose, no worries, you can tighten it when you come through. And sure it doesn't get tangled, so there, it's nice and tight. So now we're going to add our picot. Three beads through the opposite side and untangle it and pull it tight. We're going to go to the next one. So I do find that these, so this one here is bigger than this bead, and this one's bigger than that one. So that is my only criticism about these bead mixes. They are supposed to be, okay, this is just an 11O, it's not a Toho one. So that's why I'm getting different sizes. So just be aware, it's not a huge deal, but you know, some designs you really need to have the same type of bead for it to look good. So, or to sit well, more than anything. But you know what, for these, they all look great. I can kind of see where that one is the biggest. It sticks out a bit, but still beautiful. So I'm gonna quit complaining now. Never. Oh my gosh, I was watching Annalise Freehold's YouTube channel, and she was making a leather wrap type bracelet with a Tree of Life connector in the middle, or kind of a pendant type thing in the middle, and she was having a hard time getting her barrel knots on, and I'm like, I love doing leather wrap bracelets, but since I've been doing these beading bracelets, I haven't been doing my leather wrap bracelets for a few reasons. One, I do them all the time, so to do them for a video, it's not that it's not fun, it's just I want to try new stuff all the time, right? So and the other thing is doing a leather wrap bracelet. So if it's a multi-wrap, it's really hard to do on camera. And it's also hard to do because even if I were to show you the single wrap, because you have to put it on a loom. I need to see where I'm going here. Okay, so I'm coming out here, so I need to come to this bead here. So I'm going to go up and over like this. The tray that you hold your bracelet on when you're working on it is so big that it's hard for the camera to sit anywhere. So stuff like that, it's kind of wonky. So now you see with this one, because I'm on this side, we're starting where our thread's coming down. So we're going to go to this seed bead. That means we just add 1, and we're going to add a bicone on this one and go through that seed bead, and that will connect those like that. And now we're going to add the rest of the bicones to create our loop. So we're going to add a bicone, a seed bead, a bicone, and everything fell off my needle. So let's get another bicone and hold it with my finger. So yeah, I was watching, she was struggling because here's the tip that I always give people is put more leather on than you actually need. And I even suggest putting a lot more leather so that when you end up cutting the end off, you have enough leather at the end to make another bracelet, so that you're not stuck with a bunch of little pieces of leather that you can't use for anything. But I mean, it took me a lot of trial and error to do that. So I'm going to come up to this seed bead here. I'm actually going to go through the bicone and the seed bead on the other side. There. So like that. And pull it all the way through like that. So now I'm ready. Pull it tight and go through the bicone and the seed bead. And we're going to put our picot like that. Pull everything nice and tight. Seed beads. So yeah, she was and she was using a she was using a straw from her Coke Light. And of course, like, the straw is too big and it's like flippy floppy and stuff. She's like, ah. It was really fun to watch, but poor Lise, she was struggling. She said that she tried her bead box bargain and she was having trouble with it. I need to put my thread through here first. And then the 3 seed beads. So yeah, she was struggling with different things, and there's days that are like that. And of course, when you're tired, especially with COVID going on, you're kind of annoyed with stuff anyway. And then you try and do this and it's like, crap, nothing works. It's like everything you touch is a mess. I'm sure you guys have had days like that. So now I'm going to get ready to come around for the other side. So I'm going through all my beads. So I'm coming out here. I'm going to go into that. So I need to set up here. And this will be our last one. And we'll put the clasp, or so we need pearls now. So we need pearls and seed beads. It's hard when you're doing videos to kind of be on the ball all the time. So we're coming out here. We're going to go into this seed bead here. We've got 3 pearls and 2 bicones. And then there's your 3rd, and that will be your 4th. That, and we're going to put a pearl on there and connect those 2 seed beads and finish our loop. Go through here. Oh, I got tangled here. There we go. So now we need to do our picots. And here's a hint too. When you're finished, go through and look to make sure on your sides that you have all your picots. I was working on it last night and went, oh, where's that picot? One of them was missing. So I must have got excited and moved on to the next configuration and forgot the picot on the side. So we go through here and through the seed bead. I'm going to pull that tight and add my seed bead array. That bead must have lots of finish. It wouldn't go through, my needle wouldn't go through. So let's pull this guy in. Okay, so now so I want to be in the middle one to add my loop, but I'm just wondering if there's a way. Yeah, I think I'm gonna, so I'm in there. I might come through here and go around that way like that, and then come up through the other one. So I'm just going around, finding a nice path to the next unit so that this jump ring is going to be in the middle. So go through there. Let's go through these 2 seed beads. I'm wondering if a wire guard, I don't know, I think a wire guard's kind of overkill, but I do think maybe a loop of seed beads. Put some green ones on. Let's try 6 rando ones and the jump ring like that. So we're coming out there. I'm going to go in here, see what it looks like. Oh yeah, that's nice. Perfect. Very nice. So let me coming out here. I am going to go through here and come through these. Okay, it doesn't want to go in, but I'll do it one at a time. And then I'll go through it again. So I'm going to go through this seed bead down here. Like that. That one's a little tight. It's the extra thread, or the thicker thread. That feels really good. So a couple, 2 times around should be enough. So I'm going to go through here like that, and I will go around the loop and we'll be set, and that'll be that. So I am hoping to do 2 more videos. What you say? So I have my Swarovski's unboxing to do. I've been talking about it forever, and I apologize, but I needed to get my stash first before I let you know. And you know, Brittany was talking about that on her last video, because we find these gold mines and we don't want to give up our stash and then they don't have anything left. So I've placed, I think, 3 orders with this lady. It's huge Swarovski orders, and I still know that I'm going to buy more from her, and I am concerned that maybe there'll be nothing left after you guys find out about her. But you know what? I'm willing to give that up. Maybe it'll help my spending. Okay, so I'm done with that. So I am going to go through these guys and go through my bicones and secure my thread and hide the end. So let's see if I have space to go through this bead. It may be too thick. Oh, it's going to go through. There. And let's go through here. This one's tight. Eek. Okay, I think I'm going to put a knot here. And I'm going to go through. And again, I try and follow the natural path that you would take so that I don't bring my beads apart. And make sure you're not tangled. I think I will put another knot in here somewhere. Let me go through. I want to go through 2 of these seed beads and hide my thread in the, or the knot in the pearl. So I'm gonna go through these guys, and that's, I usually put 2 knots, one close to the clasp and then one further down. And then the thread's not as much of an issue since I've put 2 knots in. I don't care too much about how far in I go with my thread, but I do try and find a spot for my thread that's going to stay in. So, you know, unless, so say if it's through here and in this pearl, should be fine. But if I were to leave it hanging out in this spot here, where that needle's coming out there, then that thread will eventually come out. So, there. That should do it. Cut this off. And let's move these guys out of the way and show you what we have. So, this is beautiful. Lovely. So this is the jump ring. And that's what it looks like. And there's the lobster claw. Wow, this turned out beautiful. It is so sparkly. I cannot believe it. This is ridiculous. How could you not like this? Wow. That is beautiful. Let's see if we can display it somehow. Look it. That is gorgeous. So you can see how small my hand is. This is, what did I say, 7.5? And that's how big it is. But I have a teeny tiny hand. There we go. That is beautiful. So thank you for joining me. Oh my God, this is so sparkly. I'm going to make another one for me. I'm almost out of these bicones and I've ordered some more from China. They are not the best quality. They're not even the best quality out of all my bicones from China for some reason. And I noticed there's not a lot of sellers that have these opal colored ones. Not sure what the deal is, why that's the case. I am ordering some actual Swarovski opals. So maybe I'll wait and do it with a Swarovski, but oh my God, this is ridiculous how beautiful this is. This is a wonderful design. Thank you so much, Top Bead Creator, for this lovely design. Let me cut this thread out, and you know what? Famous last words. Do you remember I cut one of my bracelets? I was like, oh my God. I need to fix my thread burner. And of course that's not going to cut off. Let me see. I kind of connected my thread burner, so sometimes it works. And watch, I probably can't find it now. There it is. Do this without destroying the other threads. That could be interesting. Ooh, there, it's working. Look at that. I don't know if you saw the smoke, but okay. So there we go. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that, and stay tuned. I will be back with a Swarovski unboxing and a another bracelet, one of Jill Wiseman's designs. So that's gonna be fun. It's a I think she calls it a 2-step peyote stitch. I call it a 2-count. It's basically using 2 seed beads at a time. Oh my God, it goes so fast. So yeah, I gotta show you that. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Bye.